video, I want to talk a little bit about templates that you can use, because we have a bunch. For example, we were playing with this one. I want to go over to this one. I love this template, actually. And again, what I'm going to do is I kind of start by deleting a lot of the stuff. At least this. I'll keep these three things here. I don't necessarily love this headline right here. I delete that too. Okay. Now, what makes this template a little bit better than using the other one sometimes? It depends on the background image. Of course, when you click on a background image, by the way, this is Masterclass Video 3. We're going to go down and find something here. Fitness might work. Okay. Again, we have so many different galleries. When you have a image that is more in the center, like this is where this template shines. Watch, when I hide the menu, you see this. Now, we had someone write to support the other day. Actually, you know what? I'm going to actually do what they did. They were doing a real estate page. So, and they wrote to me the other day, and they said, I know, you can't really see the house behind this page here. They wanted to have a really good real estate page. So let me go to houses, and I'll show you what they did, and then I'll show you how I fixed it. Okay, let me see if I can find one. I don't know if they actually had the person's house or not. They wrote into customer support, but let's just do something like this. Okay, and they're like, I know you can't really see the house, and I'm like, well, why didn't you fix your opacity? What are you doing? And let me show you how I fixed it here. So let's say this, they want to talk about 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street, Cleveland, Ohio, whatever. Maybe that's the address of this house. Now, first thing you're going to notice is some of you will just type that because that's what the template gives you, and you'll leave it like that. Can you see that very good? I can't see it. So the bottom line is you need to start changing stuff. Look, I might make it white. I'm going to make it maybe a little bit bigger. I'm going to maybe get a bigger font, okay, because some of these fonts are just bigger than others. You know, like Bevan is bigger, something like that. And notice the text shadow here is light blue. Well, I'm going to change it to a darker black. And then on the text shadow, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump these a little bit. You see how I can bump this and it kind of sticks out a little bit better? And then you can use this spread feature and it really pops off the page more. Some of you too, you're terrible with shadows. You'll go like this. I mean, well, I'm going to turn the spread all the way down. I mean, you'll make the shadow look like that and it just looks terrible. You want the shadow to really blend in the back. It should look almost 3D. And I play with the bars here to make it look, see that, where it's barely sticking out? And then you use that spread tool, and that just kind of fades it out a little bit. Maybe maybe white's not working for me here. Maybe I think I might need a brighter color. Something like that. And sometimes I try lighter colors just to see. Maybe this green, maybe. Choose. Oh, why didn't it work? Let's see here. There we go. Something like that. Okay, so here's what he did. He wrote a lot. And this template, by the way, a lot of you do not do what you should on this template. And every time I see somebody that uses this template, I'm like, why didn't you fix it? So let's show you here. Well, first off, what I'm going to do on this one, if I'm trying to sell a house, is I'm going to start messing with the opacity. See the difference? You can start to see the whole house now on the page. What do you know? Look at that, compared to not being able to see it. So, but now you're going to say, Dave, I can't see the writing. Exactly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to change all the writing to white. Now look. I'm going to take the second one, make it white. Third one, make it white. Okay? The other thing is, this opacity, I can see the house, but I still want my text to pop, so I might bump up the opacity where you can still see the house through it, but now the text pops. Now, we give you this template, and on this template, you'll notice that the text is left justified. And it just doesn't look very good left justified on a page. So go into the style, this is your attribute editor, and click on center. See that? Center. Now watch. I do it on all three. Center. Center. So, maybe I would do this. Watch this. 5-bedroom, 4-bath home. Now, he actually was giving a lot of like features of the house, so I'll do the same thing here just to show you here. Brand new kitchen, movie theater, pool, custom tile throughout the home. Okay. Then he had put in like a phone number here. Call realtor Brad Jones 555-555-1212. Now, I don't know if that's how you spell realtor. So for example, his look like this. Does that look good to you? That doesn't look good to me. He actually had a video he popped in here too, which wasn't bad. But that looks silly to me. Why would you leave it like this when you can go like this and center it? This middle text, I may do this, maybe do this. And here's something that you could do too. Let's say I want to make it pop a little bit more. Maybe I want to use this green I used in my headline. I come down here and grab the green code. And I come over here and I want this middle text instead of white. I'm just going to copy and paste the code in the color box to pop a little bit. Okay? Now, this here says, yes, I want to learn more about this exciting home company and opportunity. Well, obviously, you wouldn't say that. So I want to learn more about this home, H-O-M-E. Now this is, I'm just going to do lowercase here just because it's, yes, I want to learn more about this home. Now, what happens if I want to change this light blue? Maybe this light blue, it doesn't look bad because the sky actually, it works fine with me. But just for an example's sake, let's say I wanted to change that to the green. Well, I can hit, what I did is I hit the pencil and hit style. And style is what controls colors, by the way. Edit is what controls actual wording. But if I want to do that, I just take that same green and I pop that in there. Now I want to add a form. So you got to name a page, by home. By home. And let me save it real quick. Oh, see that? I made a space. It's one word. I know better. Even I make mistakes. Okay. And then edit, add a form. Edit content. Put in whatever website you want to go to. Name, email, and phone number. Now look, I got a yellow button that says take a free tour. Some of you, I don't know why, you just leave stuff instead of editing it. We let you edit stuff. So what the first thing I'm going to do is hit style, drag this up, hit background, get rid of that yellow, and just copy in that green code I've been using the whole time. That looks immediately better. And then maybe write get info. Now again, I like caps on button, get info. Also, one of the things is don't put more than 4 words on a button, because then they don't look like buttons anymore. I've seen people put entire sentences down. And I also, a lot of times, like to reduce my text on buttons to make them a little bit smaller, because it looks more like a button then. If you put a bunch of words on a button, it stops looking like a button, you know? The other thing is, too, I'd still play with the opacity. I think we could go just a little bit darker here where you can still see the house in the background, but now my text pops. Now look at that page. Remember, when I first started this page, you had this form, because it was the base template we gave you, was kind of hiding the house behind it. Well, that's because it's the template we give you. It doesn't, but we give you every option in the world for you to change it and make really, really cool pages. And some of you are missing some of these cool features that you can do. Again, this same template, I'm just going to change some of the backgrounds here. Forget what it says. When you have images, let's go back to that businessman image that we were doing earlier. And which one do we have here? This guy. We had the menu. See, when you have this on, it doesn't matter if it's centered because now you can see the majority of the image back there. So when it's not offset left or offset right, because this form is so low, it kind of shows off if you have any center-based images. Does that make sense? So let's see what other emotions. This is good. These are great pages. But a lot of these are center-based images. You know, like this one here. It's a little blurry in the background, but I like how the thumbs come up over this. That's fine with me. And again, you want to play with, if you really like an image, what you should do is you should test it on multiple templates. The holidays are coming up. Let's see what we got here. See, this is a left base, so this will look really good on the original template, but Santa here's in the middle. See, that looks great. Actually, the green on this really pops with this page right here. See how nice that looks? So again, that's good. Now let's look at some of the other templates just for the heck of it. This template, I'm just going to delete this real quick, is more smack dab in the middle, but you still can play with the opacity. You see that? You can do that. So again, depending on the image you choose, you want to play with the templates and really, adjust some things. Because the other thing is too, is when you're done, even with this buy home, we had that one house and that house looked good. But I might get done and say, you know what, let me just see if I'm just going to go back into homes, for example, and see if, unless you're, advertising a particular home and you actually have to have that house, but I might play and say, that one doesn't look as good as the one we had. And I might just take a second before I'm done with the page and play with, different images of homes, if that's what I'm going to do. Now, if you have an exact home, obviously you're going to want to put that home there. But if you're just doing a generic real estate page, you might find one that looks good. Sometimes these internal pics look really nice too on that. But, let's look at this one that has a grass. It's a little bit set back. Actually, that looks better than our original picture, in my opinion. So, again, I like to play until I come up with the absolute perfect page. Again, what we did on this template, we centered some things. And again, even little things like italics works. And I want to show you one more thing. Look at this. Background. If I want something to really stand out, I could also add little background. Just don't do a million colors. Some of you will do blue, red, green, and you got boxes all over the place. Or you'll do a box on every single line of text. And that looks really, really tacky. If I'm going to do a box, I want that one thing to stand out. I'm not going to do 20 million boxes, okay? But you can see how that one little trick that I just did there with italicizing the letters and making a box around it, that little piece popped off the page better and made a huge difference on what this capture page looks like. All right, we'll go into the next video. So this one's not too long. Hope you're enjoying this, learning something.